Alright, we are live. Alright everyone, we've been doing a lot of Pokemon Black this week. And today we'll be doing Pokemon Black with Leavanny. We played with Scolipede earlier in the month. And if you guys are curious, like how Scolipede did, spoiler alert, it didn't do great. 144 in its first playthrough. That's literally slower than Mandibuzz, and Mandibuzz had an extremely awful first 4 gyms. It was bad. Like, Scolipede's a great Pokemon, but not having access to the Swords Dance TM and having base 92 attack instead of 102 attack was just bad. Like, most other games, you get the Swords Dance TM pretty easily. X and Y, you get it easily. Oras, you get it easily. Like, if this was Gen 6, Scolipede would completely crush the game, but not having Swords Dance really held it back a lot. Level 21 59 attack me enough to a KO after a takedown. The plan for Lenora, I did read ahead in the notes up to Berg. It's essentially Miracle Seed, spam Razor Leaf until I win, take a Blackout. Yeah, the Swords Dance TM in Black and White is in the post-game. A lot of the setup moves, like Hone Claws, Bulk Up, Calm Mind, Swords Dance, they're all in the post-game. You get those TMs when you help Looker arrest the 7 Sages. In Black 2 and White 2, I believe Swords Dance is in the Battle Subway. In Black 2 and White 2, the only setup move you get is Hone Claws at Victory Road, but obviously both games have Workup. So essentially, if you don't get Workup, you're never getting a setup move. It makes Gen 5 runs kind of interesting if you think about it. Like, it really does benefit Pokemon that get it by level up. Oh. Yeah, I haven't put Landorus's time on the leaderboard here because Landorus was done in Pokemon White, which obviously isn't comparable. I still need to properly rank it at some point. Hopefully I can do that really soon. Like in the Discord or something. But anyway, I'm gonna show this off really quick. Steve and I actually gave each other like an early Christmas gift this year. We each gave each other a shirt. And his, for me, actually came in today. Let me show it off. Alright, the mic, I think, came unplugged. But, it's a Charizard. Oh my god. Okay. Barely moving my mic somehow unplugged it. Yeah, it's a Charizard shirt and a really cool art style. I gave him a shirt too. I need to ask him if he got it in the mail yet. I recommend you use Bug Bite against Watchog just so you don't trigger the potion. It says in these notes... Let's see. A Miracle Seed crit Razor Leaf can one-shot the Watchog at level 20, plus it can one-shot Herdier with a crit. Anyway, our ability is Adamant for extra attack, which I felt like was the pretty obvious nature, and our stats are already pretty good. There's no need to increase our speed. Wait, -1. This is for a crit. Do the range of a crit Razor Leaf. How'd the Weather Quartet ranked? Thundurus and Landorus are in the middle of the road. They're pretty similar to the other Unova legendaries. Landorus and Enamorus still need proper re-ranks. Is Overcoat really our best ability? Well, let me go over the choices. Well, just do that exact same range, but with a crit. Because on Kingler Calc, there's a button to do crit. So yeah, for those wondering what Overcoat does, it protects the Pokemon from weather damage. This is never really going to be useful. It'll be helpful on Route 4 with the Sandstorm, and that's pretty much it. And our other abilities are Swarm and Chlorophyll. We're not using Sunny Day strats. And increase the power of bug moves in a pinch, you may think will be good, but we'll get Swords Dance by a level up at level 46, which is kind of late in the run, but better late than ever, I guess. But yeah, we're going to have plenty of speed and attack, but the early game is going to be kind of rough. Alright, well, I guess we'll go ahead and get started. Why is X-Scissor bad with Swarm? Yeah, Overcoat wasn't really that useful either. It's like, more like pick your, not really pick your poison, more like pick your pile of dirt. Like, you could either prevent Sandstorm damage on Route 4, or you could have very rare moments where a boost to bug moves is beneficial. And bug types are not that good offensively. It's great against dark types, but it's neutral against things like Scraggy. Okay. Interesting how a plurality of people think we're to get the in-between. But let's see. Oh, gotta set the timer at 38 seconds to account for intro skip. Okay, let's get started. 3, 2, 1, go. Level 33, 32... Alright, level 33 Bug Bite against Substrika, guaranteed Oko. Nice. I was, looking at chat. Oh. Forgot to set the date to winter. Okay, take 2. Yeah, I don't know if 2 air laces will put you in quick attack range. I don't know. Actually, 2 air laces will probably kill me. Let me read ahead in the notes past Berg. Elisa. At Nimbasa, grab return. Apparently, we're going to purchase Safeguard. Interesting. Grab the Route 16 candy. Drop Slash for return and Retaliate for Safeguard. 3 PPF Safeguards needed for Lisa's gym. Alright, what's the plan? For Lisa, Safeguard, then return both Emolgas and Leaf Blade the Substrika. I don't really see ranges in here. Oh, we are actually grabbing a ball mushroom, yeah. The bomb mushroom. This is a really old route. Oh yeah, Axiom made these notes back in January. Do you think Safeguard is still the best strat? Because I think getting it to prevent paralysis luck will be pretty cool. I mean, we could easily just get lucky. Is it Leaf Blade a 36 move? That is true. Then again, I did read we do need to be level 30 for the Charon fight on the Sandstorm route. For the Pig Knight. I think I remember us talking about it and grabbing Reflect was better. You know, I'm actually agreeing with you, Shadow. I think making Aerial Ace do less damage is probably better than preventing paralysis. You know what? I agree with you. I think Reflect is better. And First Encounter. Oh, Shadow, I was talking, earlier with my, stream chat, mainly Annie, talking about, like, where, like, the TM for, like, Swords Dance and Hone Claws are, and I was talking about how in this game, pretty much every single setup move via TM, with the exception of Calm Mind, is locked in the post-game, and I did say, it's actually the one thing that makes Black and White specifically very interesting runs, because it really, really benefits Pokemon that get those moves by level up. Because if they get it by TM, then it benefits a lot more Pokemon. But I mean, in Black 2, White 2, it's sort of similar, because you are only allowed Workup, but you do get Hone Claws right in front of the Pokemon League, but by then, you're already going to be pretty over-leveled, and it may not be that useful anyway. But having most of them locked away is actually, it's actually an interesting way to play the game. Because Pokemon that don't get setup moves by level up, unless they get the workup TM, they're never getting a setup move. So you kind of have to rely on raw power. I think the Rotom Dex was kind of annoying in Gen 7. Yeah, it's a unique thing. Like, compared to, like, every other game, like Pokemon X, for example, you can get Swords Dance in Lumio City. I don't remember where the bulk up TM is, but I know you can get Calm Mind at the 7th gym. Like, there's options for a setup move. So most Pokemon will be able to get a setup move. But in Gen 5, a lot of Pokemon are locked away from them. Honestly, for once, could we have a game where we're not using a Rotom device? Oh, dude, no, don't talk to the chalkboard. I'm gonna use Bug Bite on this Tepig to steal the Oranberry. Ooh, oh! Wow. Should I start over? No, that's bound to happen. Did anyone see if that crit? You know what? I'm not starting over. This is like a 30-second time loss. Whatever. It was a crit? Oh my god, yeah, there was no way an Ember would have killed me from one shot. Like, that is very unlucky. Oh, yeah, Shadow, remember when I had the blackout here at Landorus and I was just never able to catch up because of it? So that's how much Ember should have done. Yeah, that was just mean. I mean, it wasn't that long to get back here. Whatever. Wants to update your vote. Well, no take-backsies here. So, Shadow, did you play any Digimon today? Your new favorite game series. I'm gonna save here just in case. I don't remember if the Panseer in this fight holds an Oranberry. I'm pretty sure it does, or at least the Lillipup does. Like, I'm pretty sure something here holds a berry. No, none of them do. Okay, I'm just misremembering things. Ow. One of them? Are you sure? I just bug bit both of them, and I never saw the text about eating a berry. No Pokemon hold berries outside of Charon. Right. I remember when I was learning about this game a couple years ago, I found out the only trainer that uses held items is Charon. Oh, damn it. And while Charon uses held items, Bianca uses hyper potions. So I found out, like, Charon will never use, like, hyper potions or anything like that, but Bianca uses them. That's honestly kind of explains, like, why it always feels like Bianca is sometimes harder to face. Because she'll spam hyper potions. I did actually, yes. Good for you. Got me a Devimon? I don't know what that is. Yeah, I know it's a Digimon, but I don't know what a Devimon is. Is it a Digimon based on DeviantArt or something? You know, where all the furries hang out? Like, what is that? Also, if you guys haven't seen, Scott's Thoughts started his daily December today. Yeah, I actually knew this for the last, like, month and a half. He was actually going to start daily December early at this exact day. But I didn't say anything because I didn't want to ruin the surprise. But make sure you support his videos if you can, because I'm sure it was a lot of work. And as a heads up for all you guys, for me it begins November 29th. You know, there's probably no reason to grab the Great Ball. I should really stop grabbing it. Okay, I'm only level 15, and I do plan to be level 20 for Lenora in order to win. So, I'm gonna do these trainers. Anyway, though, you should have in your notes used candies for Swords Dance before Skyla. That's pretty much the only consistent way to beat her. I didn't read past Elisa, but once I get further in notes, I'll read it. Axew tends to make notes that are pretty long. Nothing wrong with that. But in the new year, though, I'm gonna try and make my own routes for these videos and streams. I mean, Axew was super helpful when my knowledge wasn't as good, but a lot of Axew's discoveries when helping me research each of these games, it made me learn a lot more. He's very good at helping me research. We all love Swords Dance in this house. They have guns? No, that's Pal World. It's just a joke, guys. Don't come after me, okay? Axew is like a living Pokedex. I used 3 candies at 43 inside the gym. Yeah, I think it makes sense to use candies. Like, if you're going to rely on a setup move for the late game, there's effectively zero reason to save candies for the end game. Unless, like, you need an outspeed threshold. Yeah, Axie was a great help for helping me route all these. As well as just help in general when doing re-ranks. Yeah, in the new year, I'll make my own notes for these runs. Like, if I need Axie's help for one particular Pokemon, I'll ask. Sorry for not helping the last 2 months. Or you might be talking to Shadow. Well, Axie made the... Why am I defeating wild Pokemon? I mean, Axie made these notes in January. These are really old. Alright, I need a Woobat. Oh, Woobat, where are you? You know, I do need one more Pokemon anyway. Woobat. Oh my god, you sack of shit. Go away. Dude, it's 50-50 here. Come on. Holy crap, dude. Finally. Oh, seriously? It's a level 13? Oh, dude, that's a bad Woobat. Now it means when I want to teach Fly, I have to delete a move. Minor things. Yeah, I get a Woobat just for it to be a level 13. Oh, there's an Audino in that grass. Nice. Sweet. Trying 100% Silk Song, my god. I never played any of the Hollow Knight games, but from what I've heard, the Hollow Knight games are very hard games to complete. I remember early on, people were actually complaining that the game was too hard. Like, people made mods just to make the game easier, which is pretty hilarious to me. You know, Shadow, I did not know they go up to level 13. I thought 12 was the maximum. I'm not kidding. Okay, no need to do the training here. No, nope. Very cheesable. Well, I wouldn't know. You know, I would never have known this, but I always swore Leavanny was a bad Pokemon, because it did not look like it would have good stats, but its attack stat and its speed are really good. Having Swords Dance is incredible. I think the thing that's going to hold it back is the 4 times weakness to flying and fire. Yeah, I'm gonna teach Retaliate for some extra damage for Berg. I'm not gonna get to a high enough level for Slash. I plan to be level 28 for Berg. Oh, fun fact, if you step on the bookshelf right here to read the book that causes the bookshelf to move, if you save the game and reset, without moving, you can actually reread the book as if it's still there. Alright, level 20. So a critical hit does one-shot the Watchog, but the plan is to just go into this and hope for the best. And just take a blackout if I have to. Which is fine, though, because we need a pretty decent level for Berg. You forgot the Miracle Seed? True. Thanks for the reminder. To be fair, I almost never get this. Like, Miracle Seed, Charcoal, Mystic Water, I almost never get this. Thanks. Explain a glitch but refuses to demonstrate. You're making me want to do it now. You know what? Fine. As soon as I beat... You know what? It's gonna cost me a reset, though. I don't want to do that. Yeah, I know it's literally next door. Like, it's a very easy item to get, but I haven't done many runs where I purposefully wanted to get an item there. Because there's another Mystic Water and Miracle Seed you could get that's more on the way. The only one that'd be out of the way is Charcoal. Get rid of String Shot. That was a back and forth. That's kind of why I recommend Bug Bite for Watchhog. I was kind of hoping for a crit. That's my reasoning for doing that. Alright, gotta teach Retaliate. Alright, I don't think I'm gonna want the candy here, but at the same time I would like the training. But the battle company is going to provide better training, so I'm not going to do the bridge trainers. Also, for Struggle Bug, I remember when the last time I did Omega Ruby, when I was playing the game with Volbeat and Illumise. Illumise really benefited from having Struggle Bug. Because against a bunch of fire types, I was able to use Struggle Bug to lower their special attack, and they do less damage. It was actually really good. But then I found out there's a TM for it in that game you could get in Slateport. I didn't know that for Volbeat at the time. But yeah, those two are like the only runs where where Struggle Bug becomes an MVP. I don't think I need Grass Knot. No. Skip it. Just make that TikTok content. Gross. Dude. But I'll show it off when the run ends. Yeah, that Pokeball I passed, that's a Miracle Seed. Like, if I need a Miracle Seed for later in the game, I can just get that one. Like, no need to go into the building and talk to the girl. And for a Mystic Water, there's a Mystic Water on Route 4 on the desert route, right next to a couple of fishermen. I actually fight those fishermen in most runs for the XP. Because Fisherman Andrew with 4 Basculin provides extremely good experience yields. There's a Mystic Water right next to him. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and get rest, just in case. I'm at 194 friendship. I'm going to get a massage. Plus 5 friendship, darn. Alright, time to do some battle company. Don't tell us the Black 2 White 2 version. We're tired of it? What? What are you talking about? Are you talking about the Mystic Water? Is the Mystic Water there only there in the sequels? Could have swore there was a Mystic Water there in the originals. Oh, the fisherman. I said Fisherman Andrew with his 4... Dude, I never once mentioned his Black 2 White 2 team. I was talking about the 4 Basculin team. Like, what do you... I don't really understand what you're talking about. Yeah, this is really good training. Oh boy, this guy has the monkeys. Alright, I'm gonna go heal at the center because I used a lot of PP. There's a wild Pokemon on the pier. Alright, let me read Berg. As for Berg, at level 28, it's a clean 2-shot on Whirlipede with Retaliate. It's the best move we have for it. Bug Bite the Dwebble in his Leavanny. Teach Slash over Tackle at level 29. I'm something of a wild Pokemon myself. I'm sure theoretically, if I did more trainers, I could be level 29 and have Slash instead for the crit chance, but Slash and Retaliate have the exact same base power. The only difference is Slash would have the 1 in 8 crit chance. But then again, if Retaliate's a clean 2-shot, I don't think a crit Slash will 1-shot it either. It might end up putting it into potion range. You won't even get level 28? You might be right on that. Yeah, I think I have to fight an optional trainer. Oh, Retaliate is unbelievably mid. Like, there is no reason for this move to have 5 PP. I get it's one of those moves in battle that you should almost never have to use. Okay, yeah, just one trainer. Good thing I grabbed that ether. Wait, no, I think I need that Miracle Seed. Yeah, hold on to that. Alright, let's see how many tries it takes to beat Burke. I don't think he'll be that bad at level 28. That was a perfect 2-shot. Oh, and at least Leavanny's weak to bug. Okay, Berg was kind of a joke. Then again, I think level 28 was needed specifically for the 2-shot, because if I was level 27, the Whirlipede probably would have lived in red health, used a potion. It would have had a lot of opportunities to use Poison Tail. I think the whole point is just, like, Retaliate's only meant to be used, like, the turn after an opponent gets fainted. There isn't really many chances to use it. It's not meant to be used as a regular move. Well, I understand that part, but at the same time, like, there are just some Pokemon who have to rely on it until they get return. Like, I'm thinking of Delcatty, for example. Like, Delcatty, when I ran it, it had to use Double Slap and Retaliate all the way until Nimbasa City when I could get return. That was painful. It was so few power points. Get rid of Struggle Bug. Oops. Having to use it was the only issue I had with Sock. I actually did play Sock in the sequels. Yeah, I did throw in Sock as live streams earlier in the year. Fortunately, I didn't have to rely on that for... Oh, there is no Mystic Water here. Oh, that's the sequels. Whoops. I know for a fact there's another place to get a Mystic Water, though. Yeah, in those games, like, Return is your second ever TM, so it didn't have to deal with that. Yeah, Black and White 1 are definitely unique games to solo run based on other games I've played. Alright, so this route right here is the only route in the entire game, at least year-round, where Overcoat's actually going to be useful. Because now we're not going to take Sandstorm damage, but that, I don't know how much that really matters. I mean, who knows? Maybe all the chip damage would have ended up killing me. My biggest complaint was EA is it being more generous than Mexico's than regular held items? In order to get most of the regular held items, you gotta do side missions. A lot of the early side missions will give you a type boosting item. Like, there's one guy in there's like one early mission where you fight a guy who has only normal types, and the reward for that mission is a Silk Scarf. So you gotta do the side missions to get those items. And one of the side missions gets you a Lucky Egg, although I think it's a post-game mission, so it's kind of pointless. Mystic Waters and Wellspring Cave. Oh. Okay, so... Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I never said Overcoat was a useful ability. I just don't know just how... I mean, Swarm would definitely be useful, yeah. Honestly, yeah, you're right. Swarm would have been the better ability. There would be more potential uses for it. While Overcoat, there's like one potential use, and that's just taking no damage on Route 4 during the Charon fight. Alright, I have 232 friendship. I'm almost maxed out, so I'll go ahead and teach Return over Slash. Oh, and I think I gotta buy Reflect. Wait, what? Oh, you can't sell that till later in the game. To that guy in Icarus, I'm assuming. So I'll just have to sell these other things. Reflect. Yeah, Reflect might be the better move than Safeguard for Elisa. Let me put it another way. The side missions give you regular helps. I haven't front-loaded enough, at least compared to the Mega Stones. True. I can what on Route 5, the truck? Like, what's on the truck? What was I talking about? Like, sorry if I was just mentioning this like 10 seconds ago, but my short-term memory is not that great. Oh, gross. Sell the balm mushroom. Oh, I did not know you could sell that person a balm mushroom. Will that person buy it for the $30,000? I'm guessing that's the person you're meant to sell it to. Uh-oh. Dude, Lady Magnolia here is always a problem. Dude, I forgot to step on the switch. Only 25k? I could have swore the balm mushroom was 30k. The game lets you get to Steelix side, apparently a zillion missions pour an actual Steelix. I can buy when it feels halfway gone. Steelix is a post-game alpha. I mean, unless you catch an Onyx in Zone 14, and you just trade with a metal code, but I don't think you can play online. Yeah, you would just have to get an alpha Steelix on your own. I mean, at least they made most of those trade evolutions available without trades. I mean, the shiny charm would be locked away because some of the missions require you to do 5 trade evolutions. But then again, in like every other Pokemon game, to get the shiny charm, you have to do some sort of trading anyway, for like version exclusives and stuff. I think I saw someone say that Legends Arceus is the only Pokemon game where you could get the shiny charm with just one save file. And I think that's true. The reason there's no home compatibility is because Game Freak never releases a game with the home capability right away. They did this with Sword and Shield and Scarlet and Violet. They always wait a few months first. I think it's just to prevent players from just bringing in their own Pokemon and just destroying the main story with that. But yeah, they never release a game with home compatibility right away. They've never done that. Okay, yeah, this fight would greatly benefit from Swarm. Dude, I don't know why those Emolgas live. Like, I'm level 33, man. Alright, no paralysis. There we go. Razor Leaf. Bug Bite. And I win. Ooh. I should not have jinxed that. I don't know if my Reflect was still up. It had to have been still up. But yeah, honestly, Shadow was 100% right. Reflect is the superior move for that fight. All right, what am I doing for the clay split? Hey, would you like a pair of shades? Yeah, of course you do. Let's see. Yeah, clay's free. Skyla, teach X Scissor, take Jet Scissor, grab Shadow Claw. We want Swords Dance before Skyla at 46. Use some candies. Man, Leavanny is a beast. My goodness. I'm sure it would be tough if I started with Sawaddle and evolved throughout the playthrough. But I prefer not evolving in my runs. Theoretically, you still gain friendship whenever you just run around. So technically, if you had a level 1 baby Pokemon like a Togepi, if you did enough walking and, like, give it, like, well, not berries, but, like, if you just walk around enough times, you can get a Togetic at level 6. I think Miracle Seed might actually be the better held item. What is this? Yeah, Hyper Potion. Damn it. I think the reason they were level 5 was because the starters were level 5, so I guess that was their logic. Plus, here's the other thing. The original Gen 1 and Gen 2 games did not like level 1 Pokemon. If you tried to hack in a Pokemon at level 1, if you gained enough experience to go from 1 to 2, but not straight to 3, you skip straight to 100. So I think it was just how the games were coded, like the game couldn't handle the level 1 Pokemon. Well, yeah, I'm not too worried either, because we'll have, let's see. Leaf Blade one-shot Swan at level 40. X-Scissor one-shot Swoobat and return as a 2-hit KO. So you're saying I don't need Swords Dance. If that's the case, then I probably won't use my candies then. I'll trust you on that. If you need my attack EVs, though, I have 70 right now. It's only for medium slow. Yeah, but I think the fact that there was a glitch like that for some Pokemon, I'm sure Game Freak knew about the glitch, because I'm sure they wanted level 1 Pokemon, like 1 to 100, but they realized it would be kind of broken, and they probably didn't want to try and fix it, so they just made it so the minimum level was level 2. But then again, in Gen 3, you could have a level 1 Pokemon just fine. Yeah, I'm sure they could have had it fixed for Gen 3, but I guess they decided not to bother with it. I'm not even going to save. This guy's going to be a piece of cake. Come on, Clay, you're just delaying the inevitable. There we go. You know, part of me is actually wondering, like, hold on. Do you actually need to use HMs before Mistralton City? I don't think you have to. Like, something I'm actually thinking of for these black and white runs, maybe it's better to pick up your HM users in Mistralton City, so that way you can just rush straight to Bianca, and because Bianca can be inconsistent at times, if she kills you, just take the blackout back to Driftfell and try again. Because there have been times I would forget to save before. Plus, it might be faster, too, because the Driftfell center from the gym is kind of out of the way. I don't know, at the same time, though, you still have to go in there for max repels. I guess unless you buy your repels in Nimbasa. This guy always sees me. I don't even bother, like, trying to skip him. Alright, here's our favorite item, the Lucky Egg. Yay, I dodged the guy. And I ran out of ran out of leaf blades. Alright, let's see. What's our plan here? After... Oh, X-Scissor. Yeah, I don't want Bug Bite anymore. Get rid of it. Almost nobody in this game even uses berries anyway. Charon's the only one who uses berries. Alright, let's see. Bryson and Drayden. Grab X-Scissor for moveset flexibility. Grab Substitute. Bryce... Or, not Bryson. Bryson is +1. Skip the Pinwheel Candy. I'm assuming he wants me to grab the rest of them. I don't know. What level do I need for the end of the game. I don't see a minimum level requirement. But honestly, I think I might just skip most of the candies. Like, I think the only rare candies I'll get from here are probably the 2 winter exclusive candies and Victory Road. Maybe I'll get the Route 2 candy. Seriously? Not gonna lie, Gen 3 feels like the potential man of the series. You've added abilities and all that cool Pokemon. You waste time on stuff like contact moves. Oh, dude! Here's something even weirder. Why in Generation 3 is Overheat a contact move? Why over level 65 specifically? That can't be for speed reasons. Is that the level to where I won't die? Yeah, Axio in his older notes never really made minimum level thresholds for like the Elite Four and Gym. Whenever I make notes, I always put down my minimum level requirement, so I can have an idea in my head on how many rare candies I should get. You know, the thing is, what you said about the half-ass dogshit split attackers, it's one of the reasons I wasn't as fond of the original Gen 3. A lot of the Pokemon that were introduced were very mediocre, their stats were bad, and they ended up being mixed attackers. So, like, for Pokemon like Absol, like, it may not look like it, but Absol's stats are not that great. And it's a physical attacker, so you end up having to use moves like Slash instead of using actual Dark-type moves. And the good ones are all, like, locked in the post-game, or are super hard to get, like Salamence and Metagross. Shadowclaw, thank you for reminding me. I just read earlier in the stream that I need to get it. Thank you for that. The problem is, like, with Axew's older notes, it's very... Oh, wait. It's very easy for me to lose track of what to do, because his notes used to be very, very bloated. Why did I teach Cut to Snivy? I already have a Cut Pampor. I may as well go get the Route 2 candy while I'm at it. Yeah, this is why I've told people that I think Oras is the best version of Hoenn. I know there's a bunch of people who will say Emerald is the best version of Hoenn, but I disagree. Like, Oras, because of the fact it has the physical special split, and there's a huge, greater variety of moves, it actually made a lot of bad Hoenn Pokemon when they debuted actually become good. Like, it improved a lot of their movesets, for example. Like, Mightyena in the original games was horrible. It was like one of those Route 1 rodent type of things. But in the remakes, like, they gave it access to way better moves, actual physical stab crunch, and just better TMs. Like, it actually improved a lot of the bad Pokemon. I mean, I know people who say the clashing of the two teams is better. I'm of the opinion that I think it just makes the story way too bloated, because fighting both evil teams is very uninteresting, because they both have very similar Pokemon, and their Pokemon are just weak. Like, you're just fighting a bunch of Zubats, Carvanas, and Nummels. The only eventful things are, like, fighting the bosses, but you only fight Archie once, but you fight Maxie 3 times. Like, it wasn't really well balanced. Okay, I'm level 43, so I shouldn't need Swords Dance. Wait, what? Hi. Alright, everybody, I have to leave for a few minutes. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Man, there's been a... I'm just looking at, At least they gave Minora as the coughing Grimer difference. Yeah, that always annoyed me. Suffers from being the easiest... Yeah, I get they're easy. That's a problem with Gen 6, yeah. Then again, it's not like the original Hoenn games were hard. Alright, let me just, somebody really quick. Okay. And... resume. I do like the fact how ZA used Megas a lot more. And I feel like the ability to use Megas like multiple times per battle, but with a time limit, I feel like that really balanced it. But at the same time, I think next time Megas return to a mainline game, I don't think they're going to keep it like that. So it'll be fun while it lasted. Consider using them now? Yeah, there's probably no... I don't know. I was going to wait till I got the other candies first. Like, there's 2 rare candies that I'm going to get before Bryson. And I could probably skip the desert candy. I don't know. The desert candy takes, like, no time to get. You know, I'll probably just skip the one in Victory Road. I think after I get the one in the desert... you know what? No, I'll skip the one in the desert. Honestly, funnily enough, Mega Garchomp became actually better in ZA because of the lack of abilities. And the fact that speed stats don't really matter as much. There's Substitute. Alright, I think I might use my candies now. I think I'll use 1 Ether on Leaf Blade while I'm at it too. Alright, I'm gonna use my candies. I haven't used any of my PP-ups yet, because I'm not sure what move to use them on. Alright, yeah, this is effectively my moveset going into the league as well. And then before Grimsley, substitute over return. I'm gonna hold the Yachi Berry for this fight, actually. Actually, you know what? No. Just save. Should I use it on X Scissor? You know what? That's probably a good point. That's a good idea. I'm just really hesitant on using PP-ups because I don't know if I'll end up needing to delete a move. And, of course, it acid armored. Okay. Opportunity cost. Then for Chantal, we'll need Swords Dance Shadow Claw. And in Getsus, moveset overhaul. X Scissor, Leaf Blade, Swords Dance Substitute. 2 Swords Dances on Zekrom. We need Substitute to bypass Caracosta. +4 guarantees the Cling Clang with Leaf Blade. Gets a sub, 1 Swords and Sweep. Yeah, Substitute honestly makes Getsus really bad. Then again, I don't view it boring, because, like, in Fire and Leaf Green, there's a lot of trainer fights that can be exploited with Substitute. But it's not always a get-out-of-jail-free card, but when it is, it's really funny. But besides, even if you didn't allow Substitute, you could just use Resto Chesto strats to get rid of Poison. Yeah, so this section of the game is usually a bit boring. With Substitute, we don't need level 65 for Caracosta. True, yeah, we don't. That's just one of the great things of having access to Substitute. It ends up being a nice play for Caracosta. Just make sure you have the sub going into it. It helps with Marshall, too, for a similar reason. Unfortunately, though, I can't use substrats in Black 2 and White 2, because Substitute is still in Twist Mountain, but it's in the post-game. Because Twist Mountain is the post-game. Alright, yeah, so no need for Anvil candy, Route 16 candy. No point for any of those. But I will heal the center. You know, I'm potentially thinking of moving X Scissor to slot 1. Nice. Okay, so if you hug the wall, you cannot run straight up because that person sees you. Got it. Yeah, sorry if I'm just not speaking much. There's really not much to say in this section. Like, what do I talk about? Oh, look at that Garbodor. Oh, I should remember to get the ends PP up too, and also use that on X Scissor. Wait, do I plan to delete X Scissor at some point? What's my moveset for Chantal? Oh, I'm gonna be... I don't really need the extra... Well, by the time I reteach X Scissor, it's only gonna be for 2 fights. I don't need the... Save the PP up for that. Technically, I'm holding on to Leaf Blade, so if anything, Leaf Blade deserves the PP up. I'll give one to both. Save just in case. I'm not kidding, that might have been the first time I used Swords Dance this entire run, and it honestly may not have been necessary. Yeah, medium slow with the Lucky Egg is really good. Alright, since I'm not really running special attack EVs, no reason to stop here. And also, if you're on the bike or you're running straight to the right, the two bikers will never see you. Alright, I'm gonna move X-Scissor into slot 1 just so, I can hit everything here for neutral. Man, I just keep looking away reading something on my phone because, like, there's not really much to look at here. Alright, I'm gonna use one Swords Dance here. The notes do suggest using one Swords Dance so I don't take too much damage from Rough Skin. Do you guys think 125 to 128 was an appropriate in-between? Or do you think I'm gonna get the under? I would use Return for the dinos. Yeah, Return would have been better, but it's always just more mind-numbing to just spam A. Like, you gotta remember, it always takes time to change moves. Like, it's always faster, like, to just spam the same move. Not even gonna save here. I think I will use one Swords Dance for Drayden. Yeah, just one. Well, I'm done reading. I don't even bother trying to skip that woman half the time. Oh, crud. Oh, yeah. I was actually thinking of not healing because I know he'll heal me afterwards, but after taking damage there, yeah, I should heal. I should no, don't save. He leads with Unpheasant. Usually the Unpheasant likes to either go for Detect or set up a Razor Wind. Or Air Slash, okay. That's fine, though. I'm pretty sure I outspeed everything. Yeah, I outspeed everything. Yep. Alright, I'm going to try and skip these two trainers coming up ahead. I really hate the way they're arranged. It's so awkward to skip them. There we go. And I don't care what Shadow Stitch says, this is not the best, like, badge checking thing. It's just way too long. Oh, that's the one thing I'm so mad about Legends ZA. They still haven't introduced a way to customize your keystone. I just hope the DLC adds a way to do it, otherwise I'm going to be pretty mad. Yeah. Like, all the other guys get to customize it, why can't I? Like, the original Mega Ring is ugly. Keystone in the eye socket? Who even has that? That sounds gross. Alright, yeah, Caitlyn is just going to be a series of one-shots with X-Scissor. In fact, I'm not even going to save. Alright, then before Grimsley, teach Substitute over Return. Then Substitute's helpful for the next three after that. Remember when I said I didn't want to save because I was confident? Yeah, I probably should have saw that coming. I should have used Return there. That's actually pretty funny. Yeah, I probably should have used one Swords Dance. Well, that was embarrassing. Yeah, Return wouldn't have helped. I looked in the notes. It said use Swords Dance. Okay, yeah, that was a complete noob mistake. Oh yeah, I think I'll for sure get the under. I think my time's going to be like a 1:24. It's going to be cutting it kind of close, though. I know honestly, I meant to fight Grimsley. Alright, so for Chantal, Swords Dance, Leaf Blade. Alright, yeah, I'm not needing Safeguard. I can literally just use Substitute. Also, I believe you have to have 170 speed to outspeed the Mienshao after a bulldoze. But I think I'm gonna die here. Yep. That was kind of annoying though. Like, I wanted it to go for bulldoze turn 1. There we go. You gotta have the substitute up for the sock. Okay, yeah, so it looks like the only move I really need to teach is Shadow Claw over X Scissor. And then I can reteach it for N and Getsus. And that's fine. Oh no, the crocodile's gonna get me to +1 attack. Whatever shall I do? Alright, so yeah, Shadow Claw in the place of X Scissor. Then use my Max Elixir. I'm not sure, you know, I think a Swords Dance was necessary. Okay. This would have been the one benefit of, Safeguard. It would have prevented Flame Body from working, but I think even if Flame Body activates, I'd probably be fine. Oh, the Swords Dance you think did matter? How they fit the castle there? I think they were building it underground for years. Alright, I do not want that rare candy. I'll skip it. Batman wins with prep time. Alright, X Scissor, Leaf Blade, Sub Swords Dance. Okay, so I need to reteach X Scissor over Shadow Claw. How do you raise the castle? Easy, with the power of Zekrom. Somehow. Alright, so for N, we need +4 attack We have to make sure we have the substitute up for Caracosta. I need a better held item. Expert belt. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to get the under unless I first try both N and Getsus. I think if I first try them both, I might barely get the under. Yeah, that blackout in the league certainly didn't help. That crit? You gotta be kidding. Okay. Alright, yeah, we should be in the clear. Alright, his final Pokemon is the actual Kling Klang. There we go. Yeah, this is cutting it really close for the under. Oh, I don't think I'm gonna make it. I'm not gonna make it. Nope. Didn't make it. Oh, no. You know, that blackout on Caitlyn cost me sub 125. Dang. But honestly, 125 to 128 was actually a perfect guess for what I was going to get. Whew. Okay, I'm going to quickly rank this on the leaderboard. I'm just going to let this get to the credits. Oh yeah, run 2 for sure. Then again, there wouldn't really be too much to improve. Like, 2 blackouts on Lenora were kind of necessary. The blackout to Charon was just bad luck. The one to Caitlyn was 100% a screw-up. Where were my 2 actual resets? I think they were both to Elisa, weren't they? I know one was to... Oh no, one was to Elisa, and one was... Marshall. Yeah, Marshall gave me a reset because of bad substitute luck. Honestly, the only thing a second playthrough would really improve is just luck. Honestly, this thing got a really good time. For what it's worth. Alright, let's see. Level 67 with 2 resets. Real time of 1 hour, 25 minutes, and 4 seconds. And game time after the credits of 4:30. Yeah, okay, yeah, having to backtrack to Shadowclaw was definitely a mistake, but at the same time, I only had to go down 1 floor. Like, it didn't really take that long. I wouldn't really call that a major screw-up. Anyway, if we go ahead and take a look at the leaderboard... Okay, 12th place overall. It did 2 seconds worse than Keldio's second playthrough. Leavanny is 100% better than Keldeo. Is it better than Conkeldurr, though? I doubt it, because Conkeldurr also had a run with 0 resets. But the thing that really held it back was, at the start of the game, I remember its moves were very inaccurate. I think with a great run, it can beat Conkeldurr, but at the same time, if Conkeldurr had a second playthrough, I'm sure it could get an even better time. Better than Terrakion? Probably not. But anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed. Thank you all for stopping by, everyone. I do appreciate it. The next stream will be tomorrow, where we'll be doing a backport of Pokemon Crystal with Mega Tyranitar, because we decided to let the viewers decide, hey, what Mega should we do next? I took 3 choices, the first 3 choices that popped up, and then me, Ike, and Steve all put it up for a vote. Well, so did the chat too. But yeah, Mega Tyranitar is going to be freaking insane. Hopefully it's far better than normal Tyranitar. Anyway, I will see you all later. Bye.